Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rocking over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Ready. Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter rock. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin. Subjugate the dub play.
Gordon's got the ground game. It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll get a look at Melvin Gordon, fresh off a big game a week ago, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Washington Redskins. With that, let's get on up to FedEx Field near Washington. Standing by for the call of this one, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Washington Redskins. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, Why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 17 yards that time at a Washington 1st.
The previous play is under review.
The 1st down pass. Complete to number 82. He steps up.
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They stop them for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it lines up to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and that will force a turnover on downs. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
He better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing now is Murray. And the pressure gets to him again. Montez Sweat able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
To throw is Murray. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now Haskins, open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage that time by Aaron Colvin.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag. No,
I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. And they'll indeed go for it with Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Third down. Here's Haskins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And fights through one man. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Murray under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray, and this one caught by Max Williams. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here's Haskins to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way.
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jamal Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with the battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken from the 7. Spins away. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Here's Haskins. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Cut. At 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Here we go. 58, boys, 58.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Haskins. And that is incomplete. So 4th down coming up. What do you expect? They've gone for a time after time. They haven't punted yet. I don't know what's right anymore. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th down. Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. And, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now? Oh, the coach is trending right now. Right? There's no doubt about it. People wonder what that decision was. But it takes me... And he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming. Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll lead here to a third down. On third down, they run with Edmonds. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead moves to 10-zip. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. To throw on 2nd and 6. Haskins finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 23. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This pass finds its way to Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw again on 2nd down. Haskins finding Williams once more. Complete. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Haskins will throw. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Mike Williams, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Now for the point after.
Obviously, Brandon, they couldn't get it all back with just one score, but that touchdown chips into the lead, and now it makes the comeback a little bit more manageable.
So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's Emmanuel Sanders now as he and the rest of the offense march back onto the field. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you've taken it away. No catches, no targets, but we're still winning. I've opened things up for the rest of them.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. On 2nd down, here's Murray. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Murray now. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. The Cardinals on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Murray with a 3rd and long. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Now it's Haskins. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out there? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. They'll try the right side this time, here with Gordon. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. We've seen this offense do some unconventional things thus far, but they couldn't go for it on 4th down here, could they?
Could someone patch us into the head coach's headset? Punt the ball.
No, this offense is staying put. They're just 1 for 4 in these situations so far, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown.
Money looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing again on second down. Murray, open man is Kirk, complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. So we've reached halftime. We now proceed to the start of the second half. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here are the Redskins now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Haskins to throw it. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, have some blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
So out now come the Redskins. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now the 2nd down throw on target. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Haskins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A Redskin 1st down. The pickup 15 yards. Now it's Haskins. The throw taken in by Sims. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Haskins, and that's complete. It's Sims. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And he finds the tight end, Reed. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Chandler Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Edmonds. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And Kyler Murray cannot get away. They drag him down to the end zone for 2 points. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the carry, it's Love. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Here's Haskins to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 84 yards. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On second down, Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run again with Love on 1st down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
That's good for a Washington Redskins.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, check back 34.
Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. The Redskins on 3rd down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Haskins. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th down. Here's Haskins. Looking for the point, and he's got him. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing now is Murray. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Got his man. It's Williams. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Max 56. Watch the run. Watch the run.
1st down, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jayon Brown. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll run it with Williams. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 3rd down, Edmonds. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Reuben Foster able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Murray going to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Reuben Foster in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Murray and company going for it on 4th. Caught. It's Wilson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now a 1st down carry, it's Williams. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Murray, he's used to moving fast in Oklahoma. He'll get his guys up to the line. And it's caught. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. To throw is Murray. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jayon Brown in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Jayon Brown has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now Murray. The Sanders has got it complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Redskins are going to win the football game. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here we go with Haskins. He's got his tight end fan. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I got you. Pump. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Share. 22, jet, forward. 22, jet, forward.
Haskins to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Intended for Terry McLaurin. Incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Tighten up.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Shut up. 35's the mic. Hey, what? Shut up. Mic 35. Cut. Hey, pick up. Cut. The mic. Ready, go. I got you. Ready. Run it. Mic 30. Cut up. Watch the run. Watch the run. Go. 35's the mic. Let's get it together, defense. Let's go. Come on. He's checking. He's checking. Crash. Crash. Delta.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing now is Haskins. Able to shake him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Sack, baby. Sack, baby.
So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one.